Volkswagen CrossBlue. Volkswagen knows it can't ignore the three-row crossover segment any longer, and the CrossBlue concept is the automaker's attempt to get a piece of the action. After all, the automaker estimates the midsize crossover market will grow 20% by 2018. Though officially a concept, the CrossBlue has all the trappings of a production-ready vehicle. Slap on some legal headlights, taillights, and mirrors, and it'd be ready to go. Though far from the most attractive vehicle in the segment, the MQB-based CrossBlue is charmingly unoffensive, and will likely do well for the company when a more toned-down version enters into production. Volkswagen's ambition to become one of the largest volume brands in the US, and the biggest automaker in the world, is no secret. It's already near the top when it comes to global sales, with strong brand recognition in such critical markets as China and Latin America. But in order to be the volume leader in the US market, it has to fine-tune its product lineup to local tastes like it did with the new US market Passat, which was designed for broad appeal to US customers with lots of room and features for a competitive price. The brand's current SUV offerings in the US, the compact Tiguan and upscale Touareg, are low-volume niche models priced higher than their peers, and talk about a midsize, three-row SUV offering from VW have been simmering for several years now. Thanks to the CrossBlue concept, we now have a better idea of what such a model might look like. As with most concepts, the CrossBlue concept is more stylized and richly detailed than the production model would be, but nothing about it is that outlandish or far-fetched. Appearance-wise, the CrossBlue combines elements of the Touareg and the larger, three-row Audi Q7, but with a much more angular theme. A sharp crease runs from the headlights to the taillights, giving the CrossBlue a pronounced beltline. The squared-off, flared wheel arches give the concept a broad-shouldered, purposeful look, lending a hint of Jeep Grand Cherokee to the styling inspiration. The most prominent material used on the exterior of the concept is aluminum, which is used for the grille and tail light accent trim. The lower third of the exterior gets stainless steel cladding from front to rear. The dual outlet exhaust exits through stainless look outlets integrated into the bumper. Dimensionally, the 196.3-inch long CrossBlue splits the difference between the 188-inch Touareg and 200.3-inch Q7. It's built on the flexible MQB platform that will underpin most future VW models and is the largest vehicle built off this architecture to date. Aluminum figures prominently in the interior, bringing the air vent surrounds, knobs and switches on the dashboard. Dark stained banana tree wood trims the center console, dashboard and door panels. Seating surfaces get contrasting Saint-Tropez beige leather with marble gray hide used on the dashboard and center armrest. As is the trend in automotive interiors, the centerpiece of the dashboard is a large 10.2-inch touchscreen, which controls many of the vehicle's functions, including its high-tech powertrain. Although the CrossBlue concept is a six-seater, Volkswagen stated several times in the release that if it goes into production, the CrossBlue, or whatever it's ultimately called, would seat 7. At first glance, the CrossBlue's peak output of 306 horsepower and 516 pounds-to-foot of torque might make you think there's a V8 turbodiesel underhood, but there's more than meets the eye to this concept's powertrain. There is indeed a diesel underhood, but it's a 2.0-liter 190 horsepower, 295 pounds-to-foot i4 from the new EA288 engine family. The rest of the power comes from a pair of electric motors, a 54 horsepower one up front and an 114 horsepower one in the pack. To deliver the best of both performance and efficiency, the powertrain features a plug-in hybrid setup allowing for up to 14 miles of all-electric driving, and an estimated 35 miles per gallon combined rating in normal hybrid mode. The unique powertrain setup allows several driver-selectable driving modes, depending on conditions. With all the system horses at full gallop, 0 to 60 miles per hour should take a respectable 7.2 seconds, while range, with a full battery and tank, is estimated at 661 miles. When the driver releases the throttle, the vehicle goes into coast mode, decoupling the electric motors and engine from the drivetrain, and shutting off the engine when the battery has a full charge on it. If the battery is below its optimum charging threshold, the electric motors go into regenerative mode and route power back to the battery pack when the brakes are applied. In off-road, or prop shaft-by-wire mode, the front wheels are driven by the diesel engine and the rear wheels are propelled by the electric motor, with the front electric motor acting as a generator to provide power to the rear motor. When maximum power is called for, the drivetrain goes into boosting mode, with both motors and the engine performance working together for maximum power. The two drive modes, Eco and Sport, are also denoted by accent lighting on the dashboard, with Eco mode highlighting the gauges in blue, and Sport mode changing the lighting to red. As for the CrossBlue's production chance, we think it's a near certainty, the only question being whether this innovative and efficient drivetrain will make its way to the showroom. Hybrids, including plug-ins, are slowly starting to creep into the mainstream, but no manufacturer has announced or offered a plug-in diesel hybrid for the US market, likely due in part to the compounded cost factor of both hybrids and diesels, which each add a premium to the overall price. A plug-in TDI hybrid model may be offered at the top of the range, but we expect the production version to offer a non-hybrid TDI option, a turbocharged 4-cylinder gas engine, and possibly a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder, although it's possible the production CrossBlue could be an all 4-cylinder proposition. Although C-segment SUVs are the biggest sellers in the SUV market, the midsize segment is still a significant slice of the sales pie. One VW must have an entry in to be a competitive volume player in the US. The CrossBlue's combination of clean, tasteful European style with the features and functionality of a mainstream player looks like a winning combination. We may know how successful that formula is sooner rather than later.